Hey, what's up everybody? Welcome to another episode of Me Draw Pretty. This time we're going to be doing our first user submitted request from Joe. And Joe wants Robot Santa from Futurama. So, alright, I think I can do that. Let's do it. Okay, so right now I'm basically just doing a couple layout sketches, getting myself familiar with the character. If you're not familiar with the Robot Santa from Futurama, I highly recommend that you should check out some of those episodes. They're super funny. Anyway, so right now I'm trying to think of kind of a fun little pose I can do for him. Actually, at this point, I don't know what I'm going to do with him per se, but I'm using this time, my practice time, to kind of work it out in my head. Also to familiarize myself with the character. So, Robot Santa likes guns, I'll say that much. So, getting his big belly in there, robot bolts, stuff like that. I like drawing Futurama characters, they're pretty fun. And I think that about does it for our rough sketch. Alright, so we are now into the line work and inking. Like I said before in the earlier section, basically I have a rough idea what I want to do with Robot Santa. So I spent the time in the previous section just familiarizing myself with the shape of his crazy eyes and like crazy arms and stuff like that. So it's pretty, he's a really simple character when you think about it. But that's kind of a misleading thing because sometimes when characters are too simple, they actually become even harder to draw because you have to be very efficient with all the line work and everything. And not the line work, but the shapes. So, okay, so right now, I got a pose kind of going, but I'm still not happy with his left arm. But, you know, I said, hey, let's just jump into the inking anyway and I'll figure it out as we go. And you will see later that this becomes a big issue because actually I spend more of my time trying to fix problems that I should have fixed in my rough sketch. So let that be a lesson to you. Don't do that. Don't be an idiot like me. Anyway, so doing his eyes, getting his belly. Yeah, actually, I had a hard time with the arms. It just didn't seem right. And actually, I have to go back later and fix one of the arms because one is kind of bigger or smaller than it should be because it's in the foreground. And so I had to actually come back in later and fix that. But anyway, so right now I'm putting in the bolts for his suit. Actually, that's one of the wonderful things I think I really like about working digitally is you can copy and paste and just kind of move things around and it actually saves you so much time. But unfortunately, you don't have like a physical copy that you could possibly give to, you know, fans and, you know, collectors. It's something physical that you actually draw in my hand. But anyway, yep, so I put in the guns and yeah, the hands are weird. I don't think I was happy with the hands, but anyway. I was running low on time anyway, so I just wanted to make sure I got this thing done to the point where I can upload it and share it with you guys. I'm working on the speed, work in progress. Anyway, now we jump into the color. I kind of got a basic palette worked out basically from what I'm seeing online. Right now I'm filling in, like I'm blocking in all the shapes. So what I'm going to do later is I'm going to do a little trick where basically it gives me the freedom to paint everywhere outside of the lines. Basically you lock down this base coat that's all in white and I make it so that the mask, you can't paint outside the mask, which is really helpful. So it gives me a lot of freedom and I'm not worried about going outside my lines so much. So, yeah, also, as noted in some of my earlier videos, I'm using a gray background because when you paint on white, it really messes with the colors and you can't get an accurate feel of what's too dark and what's too light. When I do more traditional stuff in the future, you'll really see that come in handy. But maybe you don't see the full effect right here. But anyway, making the guns. Yeah, he had a bunch of different guns on the show. So I was gonna do like grenades flying in the background and had all this, you know, explosions and stuff like that I wanted to do, but I was just like, listen, I gotta get this thing done. I gotta get it out the door so you guys can see it. I'm trying to scale back and discipline myself to give myself certain time limits. So yeah, actually this whole piece ran me about 3 hours, which was a little bit longer than I anticipated, because I did have a lot of problems with my initial composition. So yeah, right here I'm kind of working on what I wanted to write on it. I was gonna have like naughty or nice or Merry Christmas, then it switched to Happy Holidays and stuff like that. Yeah, I want a bunch of fire and stuff around them, so I kind of like roughly loosed in where I would, you know, roughly sketch where I would want the fire and everything, but I decided not to go with that. I just went something really simple, almost like a propaganda poster. But anyway, yeah, I put a little light texture in there. I really like putting textures in my, you know, digital paintings lately. You know, it makes it pop a little bit more, it makes it feel more alive, almost like traditional media. So right now I'm just working on the eye glowing. I wanted the mouth to glow more like, you know, more. But anyway, that about does it. So that's it. That's Robot Santa from Futurama. Thank you so much, Joe, for this wonderful idea for like a drawing. I really had fun with this one. Actually, I did learn a lot. So listen, hit like and subscribe. Give me your suggestions. If you want this print or this to download, just follow the links and download it. It's yours. Have fun. I guess that's about it. So seriously, thank you guys so much for watching. So happy holidays and bye-bye.